Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of two active kids, and both my husband and I have full time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. I have my weekly vertical layout from Squared Plans, and then I have these really cute sunset stickers. I think they're from Just Starkey, but if I can find them, I will link them down below. And then I just have some text washi, and I'm not sure that you can actually read the text on this washi, but I thought that it would be a great background for these images. And I am just going to dive right in and try to get this page decorated fairly quickly. It is a soccer heavy weekend. My daughter's team or my daughter's school is hosting a tournament this weekend. So, in addition to the five scheduled games, one did get rained out last night, but four games and two volunteer windows. So, a lot going on this week, and I just need to get a page ready so that when I get home from soccer this evening, I am ready to plan out my week. But my thought is to just put a cluster on each day. So then I'll have a cluster on one of the three boxes for the day, my schedule on one of the three boxes for the day, and then lines for my tasks on one of the boxes for the day. I am not using florals today, which is shocking, and I am just loving the look of this washi tape. So that's really what drove this design. These stickers I've had printed for a long time, and I wanted to use something that was already printed because I don't have a lot of extra time. And then I've been using my sticker books a little bit, so I didn't want to go back into my sticker books. So I went to my extra stickers and pulled this out and matched it with this washi tape. And I'm glad this already had boxes and everything. So hopefully I will be able to put this spread together quickly so that I can get back up to school and to my volunteer post by the time I need to be there. As I'm working through, I am trying to balance out the colors that are in each of these sunsets so that both pinks aren't by each other, the more orangey ones aren't by each other, etc. And then I'm also trying to balance out the colors of the boxes as well as which of the boxes have text in them. I did decide that I'm not going to keep all of my calendar items up at the top of the page. I am going to disperse them throughout the spread instead. And in just a minute, you'll see how I keep track of where I'm going to put those calendar items. And you may also be noticing that there are only 6 sunset stickers. And I'm not super worried about that either because I typically treat my Saturday and Sunday as one big to-do list and one big event or day. I cannot remember where I got the quotes for these stickers or if I made these boxes with the quotes myself. But the first one says, "The tans will fade, but the memories will last forever." The green one says, "Do something today that your future self will thank you for." And the yellow one that has the text says, "You don't always need a plan. Sometimes you need to breathe, trust, let go, and see what happens." And I am betting that I got these quotes from somewhere and I just dropped them into the boxes, but I can't remember because, as I mentioned, this sticker sheet has been printed for at least a year, probably longer, and just sitting in my extra stickers book because whenever I wanted to use it, I ended up not using it. Hopefully that makes sense. I am trying to arrange a dumpster for this coming weekend so that we can get our basement cleaned out. There are also a few things that I want to try to sell or donate before then so they don't get thrown out. There are a few pieces down there that are worth something. They just aren't valuable to us right now. So I'm trying to get rid of those things without throwing them away. I know Monday and Tuesday will be busy days, and I'm pretty sure I'm going into the office both Monday and Tuesday. And then I'm pretty sure that I will be in the office on Thursday and possibly one other day this week. We are doing conference room installs of video units and things like that. So I'm responsible for those things and I need to be on site in order to coordinate them. But I'm pretty sure we will be doing one install this week. And if we don't do it on Thursday, then we will have to find another day to do it, which will just mean me going into the office an additional day this week. But all that being said, when I do put my action plan together for this week, I need to keep in mind that things need to stay very flexible. I know that I'll be in the office on Tuesday and Thursday this week. I just don't know the additional days that I'll be there. But I need to keep that in mind as I'm planning out returns, errands, drop offs of those things that I want to donate, and all of the things. So I will put this last cluster together here on the weekend, and then we will get to putting the functional items down on the page. So because I use an undated planner, I do like to drop the month and the dates that I'm working with this week onto the page. And I did at some point a couple months ago print out a bunch of month stickers and date stickers. And I probably need to go ahead and do another round of these, but it was definitely helpful to print off a bunch at the same time. I printed off a couple different fonts and a bunch of different sizes of the dates just so that I was ready to go. And there wasn't a box that was the right size for dropping in July, so I am cutting my own box just so that it fits just right and the July is not overlapping the border or the box isn't huge with July in the middle. So it's okay to cut your stickers if you want, if you need. Go ahead and do it. You have my support. I will say that I find it much easier to piece the sticker back together on wax paper and then move it to the final position. Then I will grab my number stickers and drop them in for the dates each day. I am going to put them in just random-ish boxes, and then whichever box is left for the day will be the box that I am going to put my lines in for tasks. This is about the only time that I use tweezers when I'm putting a spread together. Normally, I'm not great at using tweezers, but because these numbers are pretty difficult to handle with just my fingers, I do use tweezers in this situation. My only goal here is to not have two numbers and boxes side by side, except for the weekend. I did decide that I'm going to treat the weekend kind of as one group. So Saturday and Sunday, I will put the dates up at the top, and then I'll leave that space for my tasks in that middle box. I do appreciate the flexibility of an undated planner, but it does take extra time to drop in stickers that represent the dates. So if you don't have that extra time or you don't want to spend that extra time, then it's probably better to just invest in a dated planner each year. And last but not least, I will come back in with my Christian Design stencil. This is probably the 5 mm spacing stencil, and I will just drop lines in for the whole week. And I'm going to fill up the box. A lot of times I like to put 5 lines for making all the plans and 5 lines for home. But here I am just filling up the page because I think there's going to be a lot of little tasks that I need to take care of before the dumpster comes, before we clean out the basement. So I want to make sure that I have plenty of space to write all of those things. And I'm betting it'll be like 5 minute tasks or maybe something to remember to do before we start doing the basement. I'm not really sure, but I just have this feeling that I'm going to need a lot of lines this week. So I went ahead and filled up that box with lines for all of the tasks. I am a little surprised that we are halfway through summer at this point, and soccer is really starting to pick up. I'm feeling the stress of having a senior. So send a little prayer for me, send me some well wishes because I know that senior year is no joke. But thanks for coming along with me for this quick spread. I do think that it turned out beautiful and I'm excited to use it this week. But thank you for coming along. I hope that everybody has a great week and I will see you in my next video, which will be my action plan for the week.